right here.
Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Or afternoon.
Wherever you're watching from, let us know. If you guys aren't familiar with Alex and I'm Anniston.
I'm Alex.
We are part of the US marketing team here at Metricool. So really excited to talk to everyone about all of Metricool's premium plans. We'll also, obviously touch on kind of our product as a whole and what's incorporated in both the free plans and then kind of more in the premium plans. There's kind of a plan for everyone and their needs. So going to break those down for everyone today with some live demos and also some updates from us internally. We have some new products. Some of you might have already seen the announcements via social or our website. So really excited to break everything down with you guys and answer any questions.
Yes, we're excited. And then we will be doing questions at the end. So make sure to leave any questions that you have in the comments and we'll try to get to everyone.
Yes. Okay, let's do it. So first, we're going to go over kind of some big updates in Metricool. So yesterday, our content approval system went live. This was a product that has been in the works for a while and kind of one that a lot of people were looking to see. So really excited that this launched. And then with that, there's some roles and permission changes. So you can assign team members different roles, and you can also create your own custom roles depending on how your team works, which workflows you need. Super awesome. And then last, auto-publishing Facebook stories. So now you can auto-publish both Facebook and Instagram stories. If you want to do them at the same time, then you can. So really exciting new features in Metricool.
And of course, we honestly try to launch features like on a monthly basis. So just make sure that you stay up to date, whether it's through our emails or our socials, because we have just about something new every month.
Yes. And your feedback is what helps push these products. So
Absolutely.
We always love to hear your feedback, what you need on your end, and we try our best to implement it when we can. So let's dive in to some of the premium features, and let's do an overview first of kind of our plans. So we have 4 different plans. As most of you know, we have a completely free plan. So you can connect one brand across all social networks and manage it. There's a bunch of other benefits, analytics and inbox management. And then from there, our starter plan allows you access from 5 to 10 brands. And then advanced would be 15 to 25, all the way up to enterprise, which is 50 or more. So go ahead.
I was just going to say, and also as soon as you bump up from free to any of our premium plans, you do get some of those additional features like LinkedIn access, you get more competitors and things like that. So while a lot of our features are free and our free plan really does have so much, you just get a little bit more of those advanced features once you go into starter, advanced, or enterprise.
Mm-hmm. And for the advanced and enterprise, those are going to be the 2 plans that have team access. So starter is our first premium plan, but it's only in the advanced and enterprise plans where you have that team access and those roles, and then where the content approval system is implemented. So
Yeah, and then there's also the only other thing to add to that too is that you can have a free plan and use the approval system, but you would have to be a team member of someone on a advanced or enterprise plan. So that's also another thing if you're under a team.
Yes. Okay. So this breakdown of each plan is available on our website on the pricing tab. So you can look through each of the different plans, and then if you kind of scroll down, you'll see all the different features and what is available for each plan. So that gives a nice breakdown if you're trying to decide which plan to go with.
Mhm.
So now we're going to get into kind of some main pain points for social media management that, either social media managers, marketers, freelancers, agencies, however you work with social media, things that you face on a daily basis. So we're going to break down each one and then how our tools can help solve these, speed up your processes, automate tasks, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one is I don't have enough time in my day. So if you manage multiple social media platforms and, tackle other marketing efforts, it can be extremely time consuming having to jump between different platforms and post manually. So some of the main solutions that Metricool can help with is you can schedule a month's worth of content to multiple platforms at once across all social networks. And the nice thing is if you manage multiple accounts, you can have all of these accounts in one place. You can, just toggle between them. So when you go to schedule content, you don't need to even leave the platform. And then another part of this too is we have different features where you can take content that you've already posted. You can literally copy the text and repurpose it using our auto lists. So auto lists are a way that you can have kind of a constant stream of content being published. So these are just kind of two examples. Overall, Metricool, one of our biggest, um, I guess, missions is to
Yeah.
help our clients and our customers save time. So overall, this is something that we really want to assist you with.
Yes, it is so important to us that we save you time by being able to do everything in like one centralized platform.
Hmm. And even the analytics side of it too, we'll get into that as well. But just being able to view all of your accounts' performance in one place, because we all know that a lot of the social networks have, their own native analytics,
Mhm.
but to see the analytics of each one and to, either track this manually can be overwhelming, time consuming. So having all of the analytics across each network, just at a glance without even having to touch anything or add in any numbers is huge.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. And then the next pain point is I am tired of switching between multiple platforms.
And this one kind of just goes hand in hand what we talked about, but if you're not, completely new to the platform, we do have access to 9 social media platforms, and that is including LinkedIn once you go into a premium plan. But we also have, YouTube and Twitch. I feel like those are maybe a little bit more of the underrated ones. But yes, we have basically access to all of the popular platforms. And on top of that, we also have access to Facebook and Google Ads, and that includes, creating them from scratch all the way to tracking the analytics. And we can also implement the TikTok ad analytics in too. So you kind of just have like one centralized location for your ad building and, doing that strategy to like improve your ads as well. And we also have the ability to create customizable and downloadable reports. So if you are on that free plan, you can, look at all of your in-depth analytics, but once you bump up, then you have more customization options and the ability to download the reports and even automate them. So if you need to send them to, let's say, other team members, or if you have multiple clients, you can, add in their logos, pick the specific sections, really show what like the important things are to you and send them off super easily. And then we also have AI copy, which is amazing because this is honestly has been the year of AI, and that's good for caption help if you need some inspiration. We always like to say that, like, AI should kind of be your starting point, and then, you build off of what the AI gives you. So if you are feeling a little bit like of a blank or if you're in a rut, I always like to go there too for like captions. And then I know Anniston likes to use it sometimes too when she's writing, and it's really, really helpful. And we have this like directly built into our planner, which is nice. And then the amount of uses you can use it per month are just dependent on the premium plan, which of course we can show as well. And then the last thing that we have on here is the ability to just answer all of your messages, comments in one centralized location, which is really convenient because if you have all of the social media platforms connected, it's kind of, it takes time to go into all of them and respond as opposed to just going into the inbox and tackling all of your messages all at once.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when you work in a team and if you go into the manual platform, for example, Instagram, and you know, look at a DM, then your other teammate might not know that this hasn't been resolved yet. So there's the ability in Metricool to label messages, as unread or resolved. So that just kind of helps with the communication with your team.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and then the next one is I want to automate and optimize my daily tasks and workflows. So, as we mentioned before, kind of the scheduling and publishing. So, if you toggle on auto publish, then you never have to post manually again. And like I mentioned before, you can auto publish to multiple platforms at once. And you can even change this around for, you can bulk create this content and then you can adjust it. So if you want a Twitter post to go out at 12 p.m. and then an Instagram post to go out at 3 p.m., you can really move anything around. Everything is drag and drop. So makes it easy. And then we also have a feature called Save Text. So this is available across, all plans. But you can add in and then use and paste kind of your commonly used phrases or communication. So, for example, if you use a list of hashtags, then you can easily save those and then just pull them into your content. And then automate. So, as we mentioned, social media reports. You can download these daily, weekly, monthly, whenever you want. And then you can send them to clients and teammates. There is an option to toggle on monthly reporting. So with this, it would automatically send the reports to whichever emails that you enter in. So really cool option. And then you can also connect your account to Zapier to automate workflows. This is going to be obviously in the premium plans, but just really helping kind of, ease your tasks, speed up the processes in your day. Yeah.
And then we also have I want team members and clients to access and review the content calendar, which brings us to our newest feature that Anniston touched on at the very beginning. So if you follow us on our socials or if you, receive our emails, you'll be seeing more information about that today. But we launched our content approval system as well as our new user roles. So when I touch on like user roles, it means that you can basically assign different permissions to team and clients if you are the manager of that account. So let's say, for example, you want your client to only have approval access, like they can approve and deny. That's their one role that they can do within the account, which kind of helps, prevent like things being changed without you knowing. We have editor, we have manager, which gives you like complete access to the account. And we even added the option to create a customized role, which was something that we definitely took from user feedback. So you can go in and you can adjust what exactly you want each team member to be able to do within the Metricool accounts. And that's honestly super convenient because, there are those instances where maybe you'll want to give someone a little bit more access than just what our pre-planned defined rules are. And then this is also just going to go hand in hand with the approval system to just improve that client workflow, that team workflow. It's going to minimize those errors, miscommunication, having to repeat work. Like if a post goes out and you need to, delete it and redo it, it'll save time and hopefully minimize anything like that.
Yes. And then the last one is my social media accounts are stuck. How can I grow? So, another one of our main missions here is to help you grow your online presence, create tactics and strategies that are going to, help increase your brand visibility, all that good stuff. So, of course, we have in-depth analytics of content across each social platform. You can even view top performing posts to see at a glance what's working well, so you can implement that and do it again. And then we also have competitor analyses for Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitch, and YouTube. So you can enter in your competitors and see what's working well for them, what content are they putting out. Really helps you see kind of at a scope what is working well in the industry. And then if you want to connect your account to Looker Studio, you can see a complete view of your online presence, have some of those advanced analytics. And then we also have a hashtag generator in our planner for Instagram and TikTok. So you can search hashtags related to your industry, see which ones are most popular to add to your content. And then Smart Links is our own link in bio tool. So you can use these to drive traffic to your websites or products. And then you can also track the analytics and clicks directly in Metricool. With our premium features, you can have multiple smart links. So you can literally create smart links for each social platform and then drive traffic, to wherever you want and track the analytics for it.
Yeah, and having multiple smart links is super helpful as well because, you might not want to highlight certain things on certain platforms. For example, we have one on Instagram and one on Pinterest, and our Pinterest one is very general, whereas our Instagram one will lead to like more detailed blog posts, webinar signups, and things like that. So you can really, strategize where you want your traffic to go on each of these platforms.
Yeah. And we'll dive into, the demoing. So why don't we dive into the demoing now? And then after that, we can, open it up for questions. So let's see. I know a lot of y'all are really excited for our content approval system. So let's see it.
So we'll start with content approval. Let us know if you have any questions in the comments. And then if you also want to see any other different premium features, we can do that as well. So I will start with content approval now. So right now you are seeing me inside the planner. This is our schedule for the week. So I'm going to show first how to basically send a post for approval, and then I will show you how you would review it, approve, deny, leave notes. So let's say, for example, if I'm just going to use a post that we already have. So I have this one here. This is one that's going out later this week. So like I said, follow our socials if you want all the details of all of our approval system rollouts. But here is a post. And as you can see, actually, I'm not going to do this one because that one is already sent to approval for me. Hold on. Let me just create a new one. So let's say I wanted to send a X post. So I would just toggle on X and let's say, hey, Metricoolers, approval is here. And then I want to go down here to save and schedule. And you'll see here in this drop down, you're going to see all of the options in this panel now. So you have save as draft, send to review, save and schedule, and publish now. So you're going to want to click on send to review. So once you click on send to review, you can make sure everything looks good before approval, and then you'll click on it. From there, you're going to have the option to select your reviewers. Now, who is going to pop up is all the people that are associated with your account. So it could be your teammates, it could be your clients. So let's say if I wanted to send something to Anniston, I could look up Anniston, and there I have her selected as a user. And then you have 3 options to publish the post. So you can do no reviewer approval required. So this is going to be if you want, let's say you want a client to see it. So let's say I wanted Anniston to see my post. It doesn't necessarily matter if she, needs to approve or reject it, but I just want her to be aware that this post is going out. That would be when you would use no reviewer approval required, because if they don't reject it for any reason, it's going to go out regardless. If you need someone to approve it, absolutely, then you would hit at least 1 reviewer. And this would be in the case of if I wanted to add multiple people. So let's say I wanted to add Robert. I would click this one, and then only one of them has to approve it. And then we also have the option for all reviewers to approve it. So this gives you the ability to really customize how many people see the content and approve the workflow. So let's say I just want 1 reviewer to approve it. Then I can send it out, and I can hit send. And then that's going to automatically send to them, and it's going to pop up in their tasks. So once you've sent that out, let's say you'll go up here to this 3-bar menu, and you're going to go down to my tasks. So because I sent those out, that will actually appear in their task pane. But like I said before, this is what I have in my current one. So I have 2 posts to approve, and they will say the status here. So it's, pending approval, and it'll tell you who sent it. So you can see what team member sent it. So this one was sent by Robert. It'll tell you the brands. So if you have multiple brands, and then, the network. So Instagram X, and then a little preview of the post, and then approve or reject. So if you click into it, you're going to get that nice preview. So you'll see, if it's a carousel, you'll get the caption, you'll be able to view whether, what it's going to look like on mobile versus desktop. So you can decide, see if you need to change anything, if your client needs to change anything. You can also even view the configuration. If you click here, it'll take you to it. But then you just, decide if you want to approve or reject it. If you approve it, it's automatically going to be, scheduled out. But if you reject it, you do have the ability to leave a note, which is nice because then, they can make those changes and they can send it back to approval if, that's your workflow process, or if they, just need to make the notes and then they can schedule it out as is. So let's say I wanted to reject this. It's going to pop up this pane that says, do you want to add a note to the post? So let's say, for example, there is a typo. There isn't, but there's a typo in the carousel. Please fix the images. I can send that, and then I can click save note and then reject it, or I can also just reject without a note if I decide I don't want to do that. So I'll save the note, and then it has been rejected. And then I'm going to actually go back to the planner to show you guys what it'll look like when a post has been rejected. So as you'll see here, it's showing when you hover over it, it'll show you rejected. And then it'll show you the note down here too. So it'll show that I put that there was a typo, and then that rejected tab, and that'll change as it goes through that content approval workflow. So if I had approved it, so if I go back to my tasks, I can approve this one. So I just hit approve, the post has been approved. I go back to planning, and I will see here that that post is pending because it hasn't obviously been published yet, and then it's been approved, but it is good to go. So that's a very simple version of how our approval system works. It's honestly really easy to use with the approve and reject, and it's just going to make your workflows a lot better, improve that team communication so that nothing gets missed. And then I will also go over, those user roles. So if you go into user management into that panel, you'll see here that it'll have all your users listed. And this is going to be dependent on your personal role within the Metricool account. So because I have a manager role, I can basically see all of the users, but this can be different depending, like I said, on the role that you have. So you'll go into roles and permissions. And then here you're going to see the different roles you can do. So we have client, content creator, analyst, editor, and manager. These are our pre-built in roles that if these are perfect for you, you can just assign these out. And then if you actually hover over them in this section, if you click on the drop down, it'll show you what exactly each role can do. So like, let's say for example, you have a client and the client role can only approve or reject the post. But let's say you have a client that you want them to have the ability to edit the post themselves. This would be one of those moments where you would want to, maybe instead of assigning them a predetermined role, you can just add them a new role. So if you click on the add role right over here in the top right hand corner, hit add role, it's going to basically let you customize this. So you can make the name of the role depending on what you want. You can even change the color, and you can add a description for your client, for your team member. And then down here, it's a very easy toggle on, toggle off system. So let's say it's a client. I obviously want them to be able to view the planner. I want them to be able to view analytics. I want them to maybe be able to pull their own reports. I want to, give them obviously the ability to review posts and access to the planner. By toggling all of these on, you can create that customized role for your clients or for your team members. And then, you would just hit save, and then that would appear as well in your list. But makes it super easy to just really customize your team workflow, your client workflow. We also really wanted to add that customizable rule because we know that it's so different, depending on the company you work for, the brand you work for, what teams you work on. So we want to give you the ability to make this content approval system work for you no matter what.
Great job, Alex.
Thanks. I don't know if you want to add anything. I might have forgotten something.
No, that was perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you touched on everything. Yeah, so obviously to start with this workflow, you're going to go into the planner and then click on create new post, just as you would, to create any post, or you can click directly into on a slot in the calendar. So yeah, really easy to, it's seamlessly added, like as you would normally schedule content, just with that extra addition now of being able to send it off for review and then not have to jump between platforms of, okay, this post needs this change or this. So it really just makes for, a natural workflow and communication between either your teammates or clients. So yeah, we're really excited that this is finally live and that you can all try it out. Now I don't know if we want to open it up for questions and then demo whatever questions, or if we want to kind of run through each section. Yeah.
We can look through and see what questions we have initially, and then if anyone wants to see a specific demo of something else.
Yes, perfect.
Let me look through. So someone is asking on the paid option how many accounts you can have. So this is going to depend. We have multiple different premium plans, just dependent on what works best for you. So our first premium plan is a starter, and that will give you, I believe, between 5 and 10, right?
Yeah, I'm going to
go back. Yeah, go back to the presentation. Between 5 and 10, and then it just bumps up from there in advanced and enterprise. So this is just dependent on what works best for you. If you have multiple, accounts that you manage, if you work for an agency and you have multiple clients, we see typically our enterprise plan is more, suited for our agencies who have so many brands underneath them. We have a lot of people on the starter plan and a lot of people on the advanced plan. We definitely recommend the advanced plan the most, just because, especially now with the addition of the approval system, it just kind of gives you that nice overview of everything you would need between the free and the premium features.
Yep. So this question, for clients, is there a way they can view without a Metricool account? So they will need a Metricool account to view, but they can create a free account. They don't need to pay for that account. So as long as you have a free account, then you can add, those team members in, which can allow them view access.
Yeah, this is the case in which, that free account would have access to the approval system.
Mhm.
So they don't even necessarily have to use it unless they just, want to be able to approve and reject those posts, and that's all they want to do. They can do that, under the client rule and go in as they please when they get those notifications.
Yes.
So we have this one. So this one says, is it possible to turn monetization on when uploading YouTube shorts? So this isn't currently, available within the Metricool platform. This is actually a limitation that we have, from YouTube itself. We aren't entirely sure if this will be available, but what your workaround for it could be is, we obviously schedule out all of our shorts and then we go back in and make any edits that we need, like, if we want to turn on that monetization. But yeah, this isn't currently available. Let's see. This is something that we could demo. Could you tell me how to mention someone in our LinkedIn post with Metricool? So I'm going to turn on the website again. However, before I start, I do want to say that there are limitations because of the LinkedIn API. So we can only mention a company page, I believe. So let me show an example. So if I were to create a new post and I just wanted to do LinkedIn, I could say, webinar today. And then I could choose to have, let's say that we had Latasha as a guest. Latasha James is joining us as a guest. And then I believe she has a company page associated with her. So you could do, type in her name. Oh, why do I have an error? Sometimes it also is really dependent on it. You have to know the exact name. So it might be something different. I can do Rachel. I think it's the Miss Peterson. So that's the one limitation, is you need to know the name of everything and then, type that in directly for it to populate. But we know that a lot of people have been asking for that personal tag, and that's not available via the LinkedIn API. I'm also not entirely sure why it's not populating, but I might also be typing it in wrong. Let's just do Google. Doesn't want to work. Hold on. Let me try to figure this out, and then you can answer another question, because I think it might just be just like we had a little bit of a website error earlier, and we're still recovering from it. So one second.
We're just so popular this morning that we're crashing.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I think I understand this question, but so if I have two teams for two different clients, can I have approval system of a specific team for a specific client? We don't want another team to see other clients' work. Is that possible? Yes. So basically how we showed in the demo of you can toggle on specific brands. So the brands are going to be essentially your clients' brands. So there's an option to, I guess, share or send review dependent on this brand. So they'll work independently from each other, if that makes sense.
Yes, and when you click into those user permissions, it's like per brand. So
okay. I'm going to also give you guys a little freebie. So if you want to try any Metricool Premium plan, so if you want to try, the advanced and enterprise plans to see how that approval system works, play around with some of the advanced features, then you can use code PRO23 and try any of them 30 days for free. So we're once again really just excited that our content approval system's out. You can add in those roles and permissions, and as always, we're here to answer any questions. If you want to, comment them on YouTube or send us an email, we're here to help. And also, since this approval system is just launched, we're going to be working to improve all of the kinks over the next few weeks. So if you see kind of any errors, know that we're working on it, and we're going to try to, take all of the feedback and really make it as
efficient as possible.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yes, and then we'll also. Oh, sorry, Anniston.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we're gonna drop the link to Anniston's blog about the approval system. So if you'd like to read a little bit more and just, get some screenshots and see visually how it works as well, we're going to leave that link in the comments.
Yes. And also this Friday, we do have another masterclass with Rachel Peterson. We're going to be talking through some workflow optimization hacks. So this will be perfect to see the content approval system in action, and then also how you can, use other workflow tools to, either go hand in hand with this approval system or just improve your work and speed up those processes in general. So make sure to join us on Friday. Yeah.
Yes, and then I also want to mention that whoever asked the question about LinkedIn, if you want to message us on socials, I will help you with that because I cannot seem to get it to work at the moment. But I do still want to help. So please feel free to message us on Instagram or anything, and I will get back to you.
Yes. It's been a little crazy past 2 days, so bear with us on on our website and the changes. But yes, I'm going to drop this code once again to try our Metricool Premium plans. And of course, if you want to, create your free account, you can always create a free account for life at metricool.com. So go check it out. Let us know what you think. And have a good day, everyone.
Thank